Yes. Mm. Yo, 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 what's up, Great Lake? What's up, Clodian? Yo, Great Lake, how's the trip, man? AD's and sunny, that's so good, man. What's up, team? Can you pay activation fee with the codes? No. 10% off activation fee? That'd be cool. But no, I don't think so. Yeah, anyone have problems buying a combine on Top Step? I don't. Subziki, Cairo, Dollar, Worthy, TechBots. Yeah, man. Hopefully we get another successful day. But you know, that's not determined by whether or not we win or lose. It's determined by, and if you guys have been following slash paying attention, it's determined by whether or not we meet our 4 goals for the day, which are the same 4 goals as yesterday. So, as long as we meet those goals, cannot complain. What's up, Finn? Welcome and nothing. Missed yesterday's session. How'd you do? Yesterday we just took one small win. That's all. I didn't take any other trades. I managed pretty well. What's up, Worthy? What's up, Manny? Does anyone have problems? Hi, Gatie. Hope you're doing good. We're doing good without a 50k eval. Went down 45k and still works. You have a 50k eval and you lost 5k and it's still working? What firm? I have no idea how that's possible, A7. You think it's a sell-off day? I'll cover buys shortly. Yeah, that's a really weird A7. I've never heard of that ever happening ever. It's probably a CFD firm. He said top stat, bro. I have no idea, bro. Are you sure you're not trading an account that's like already blown? And it's just like a practice account? Is NWAG a good drawn liquidity? Yeah, if you're bearish. You think I should be profitable in Forex before switching to NASDAQ? If your goal is to switch, then you should just start studying NASDAQ. What's up, Ben? Bro found the cheat code. Put me on, bro. It's gonna do a loop-de-loop. What's good? New layout? I got a new layout? I don't think so. Did I? Are there subtitles on live? I think so. Yesterday I was on Fund the Next. They're gonna drop featured account soon. Nice, bro. Dom dia Brazil aqui gostou do seu vídeo. Habla inglés. How do you make the text on the trend line remain on the right? These are not trend lines. They are horizontal rays. But then just go to settings, middle, and then right. I mean, you can do it on trend lines too. If you put something there, it'll go to the right. What are your thoughts on Nasdaq? I'll cover bias in a couple minutes. What's up, NQ Trades? What's up, Nick? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I slept good. You hit the FEG in the morning? The FEG, bro? The FEG? Image, so right on the right of the screen. Oh, you got it? Cool. Yeah, that's a horizontal ray. If you do the ray, then it'll stay no matter how much I move it. When you violate the news rule, they automatically breach your account, or they wait until you pass? With what firm? You'd have to figure out which firm. Bullish bias, AM respecting deep retracements. I'll cover bias in a couple minutes. Any advice on not closing trades early before TP? You just have to ask yourself, why are you closing trades, and then build up. I'm a big believer in, like, whatever the psychological issue it is that you may be having, you need to, like, go back and build it from the bottom. What's your Discord? It's in the description, or in my bio, brother. What's your thoughts on market maker models? Is it good to use for bias? For bias? I mean, I would want to use it for, like, a confirmation of bias. Fear of losing is what makes people do. What's up, Toffee? Let's go today. Yeah, man. Any advice on not? Yeah, you just got to figure out what's the root. Like, why are you closing trades early? You know, are you scared you're gonna lose? Are you, you know? Can we touch weekly CB high today? CB high. If we're bullish, yes. If we're bearish, I wouldn't want to see us go all the way up there. We shouldn't completely close in at fair value gap if we're bearish on the higher time frame. Yeah. Right now I'm looking at Friday, March 7th high, and also the weekly CB 50%, and just kind of go from there. If we don't retrace on the day, I'm not interested in taking any longs. If we don't retrace lower, I'm simply just not taking any longs. There's just no way. I'm not trying to long while we're trading above high of day. That's like pretty much like longing all-time highs. You know? All right, let's cover buys. So obviously we still have that open new week opening gap. That could act as a drawn liquidity sometime this week, maybe today, maybe next week. Eventually, I do think we will trade back into this new week opening gap. But as we remain bullish, meaning, like, if we're going to stay bullish, it's going to act as a breakaway gap. It's not going to get filled until the narrative has switched from bullish to bearish. So what's happened today? We had consolidation pretty much yesterday all the way through today, and then London takes out Asia lows, sell side from yesterday's PM session, and then we get a strong breaker. So this is your 15-minute breaker, and a strong order block. So all these candles delivering sell side. So if we're bullish, I'll say this, if we're bullish and we retrace back into this breaker / order block, I would expect a continuation higher, potentially towards the high of day, or towards Friday, March 7th high. Like, if we're going to go higher than high of day, then I'm looking at these two objectives. The issue with this is we also just may not be bullish. If we start trading lower and it happens really aggressively, right, there is a chance that, you know, this is our potential high of day, right? Because we've already expanded, there is a chance that this is a higher day, and we put it inside the weekly CB above previous day's high. So we have to be very nimble and, nimble and, like, accepting that we might have to switch our narrative going into, like, 10 a.m. hour. depending on how we trade lower, if we do, and then how we trade go like at this breaker, which is in discount. It all depends. If we get really clear price action and time aligns and the model aligns from discount and everything, okay, the long's probably gonna play out. But if we start like really aggressively just coming down, then obviously no. So pretty much, I favor longs. I favor longs because of the Nubic opening gap remaining open so far, and the daily power of 3 printing a bullish structure. But for one, I won't be longing from up here. Absolutely no way. It would have to retrace lower. And two, for the most part, just because I favor longs, I still am leaning towards some sort of neutral bias until it's really clear that we are actually going to trade higher today. Meaning it's clear we're going to probably make a higher high on the day. Because we already expanded, you know, we already did expand. So what's the daily chart candle looking like? I mean, we have some more range to work with, I think, so we could probably expand higher. That's what I'm looking at. And then if we do go higher, these are my objectives. And we go from there. There's like a nice hourly bullish fair value gap right there. And yeah, we'll probably just work with that. Don't look at the fair value gaps as bullish and bearish. It's a sell side imbalance. It's not a bearish FUG. If we're bullish, we're going to inverse it and use it as support. If we're bearish, we're going to reject around the lower quadrant and use it as resistance. As simple as that. There is no bearish fair value gap equals shorts. Alpha Peters on the website says 14 days payout. You mentioned 3 days in your videos. 3 days of trading and you can request payout. But you can only request payout every 2 weeks. So that's why I was saying, so for me, for example, let's say on Monday you come in, you take a trade, you win. Tuesday, you come in, you lose. Wednesday, you win. Thursday, no trade. Friday, you take a win. Or whatever, however you want to do it. Once you get 3 wins that were consistent, you're eligible for payout, you know? How does it feel like every day? I know, bro. Every single day, man. Every day. How does it work for advanced? Advanced, you can take payouts every week. It's 5 winning days of $200, just like Top Step. For the standard account, yes, you have to wait 2 weeks. But you can be eligible every 3 days, right? So like if you take 3 wins, you don't need to trade anymore. You can just wait for your payout window. That's why I have only one account right now. Because when I take a payout on this account, right? When I take a payout on this account, I want to be able to go trade another account, right? So the structure is get one account, get a payout on it. As you're waiting for your window, also it depends. Maybe it takes you like a couple, you know. The 2 weeks starts after your first trade. So if you take a trade Monday, you can request payout next Monday. What higher time can I use for 930 power 3? What? Bro, 930. Power 930. You just said it, bro. So just wait for this to go lower. I like the breaker here. I like looking at discounts. Look at the opening range gap. There's no opening range gap? Oh, it's 929. I'm tripping. We just started dumping, so I thought it was 930. Hopefully that makes sense, brother. Yeah, so once you're eligible for payout, I wouldn't recommend trading that account anymore, right? Just wait for your payout. All right, we're gonna minimize chat, boys. You guys know the drill. Minimize chat. Let me open up the accounts here. Today we'll be trading Top Step accounts and Alpha, and I gotta find the time to trade these evals, but we'll see. I mean, we're gonna be patient today, though. Today I'm not gonna rush any trades. Definitely not gonna rush any trades because I'm still kind of neutral, if I'm being honest. Like I do favor longs because of how it's been printing, but I am still kind of neutral. Like I need to be convinced that it's actually going to. What is this little mini tiny school opening range gap, bro? Lame. Close there, open there. All right, there's your opening range gap. So yeah, I mean, if we're going lower, where it could be a high probability place to reject off of, discount would be ideal. That would be really ideal. I like this 15-minute order block / breaker block. Same thing on the 30-minute. It's really clean right there. There is an hourly bullish fair value gap that aligns with that. That's also really clean. So we just kind of have to wait and see. I mean, if we're really bullish, then we're probably going to reject off of this, right? So we just have to see. I would hope we go a little bit lower because this is a little, but this could be, we could get an inversion here and we could just go higher for the rest of the day. It's possible. I've seen it before. I wouldn't be too interested in a long like that, but hopefully we get some sort of move lower. I did check the economic calendar. There wasn't anything too exciting. Just consumer confidence, new home sales, the Richmond Manufacturing Index. So just orange folders. Nothing too crazy. Like, see, I would really not want to see this inverse. But if it does, I wouldn't take the trade. It's just too high up. See that low being put in right at 50%. Like, if we can maybe get like full org closure at least, then in my opinion, though, this really could deliver higher. It doesn't need to go any lower, that's for sure. What would the risk to reward on a trade like this be? I mean, even that's just a 1R. If you held till Friday's high, 2.85. If you narrow the stop a little, 1.4. I mean, it's not really a trade I didn't really be wanting to take, to be honest. It would meet the criteria, but like the risk rewards is not that good. There's no clean partial level. Unorganized delivery here. So right now, what am I looking at? I want to see, do we inverse this fair value gap, or do we come out and take this low? I wouldn't even mind if we were to inverse this fair value gap, come back, take out this low, because the idea is we want to induce liquidity, right? So if you want to induce liquidity, it means you really want to see a move higher, induce short liquidity, take out that sell side, and then reverse. That would be a high probability long. Coming below, tapping into the open range gap there, below New York Open. How am I supposed to run? I don't know who I am. But like, we are inside of an hourly BISI. This could also be a breakaway gap if we're really bullish. For example, if this next candle starts to, just inverse, that's a lot stronger of an inverse in my opinion, because we delivered again one more time below opening range gap, and then we would inverse this gray pool. That would be stronger. Right now it looks pretty unorganized, so I'm really watching this candle. Definitely need to be patient here. Let's quickly just take a glance at YM, which also seems to be, see, like YM has a clear draw. We haven't touched the weekly SIBI yet. What's the 1 minute chart look like on YM? See, YM looks like it's gonna print higher, right? This could be a long on YM. 1.3R. It's not the best long, but nonetheless, we can tape read that long. I would never take that trade, but we can tape read it. What's the gold looking like? I'm just curious here. This looks like a buy model. Been consolidating on the daily? Oh no, we're still inside daily's range. That's why it looks weird. Crude oil, 15-minute, trading at daily high, not clean. Euro futures. Damn, Euro futures looks really bearish. All right. So you can see we rejected that CB 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 5, I guess. Now we're likely to take out this low. I want to see this low get taken out on both assets, ideally. But if we put an SMT, then no, we put an SMT, it's fine. If we get the breaker or mitigation here, I would definitely take this. ES put in its first presentation. Just remove this. There's a low. Looks like we'll probably trade a little bit lower than that, but we'll see. Hopefully by the time 10 a.m. reaches, it's a little bit more clear as to where we can trade to. So we're almost at that 30-minute breaker. Pretty much the same. We'll just mark it out like this. So I'm just gonna mark it out with a faint yellow box. I don't want it to be distracting. So if we want to touch the 30-minute breaker, I don't usually mark out breakers like this, but because it's a really classic idea, because it's a really classic daily protraction model idea, then I'm just gonna mark out the breaker and we'll see. All right. If we get a CISD here, that would meet criteria for a long. This would be inversion of first presentation, which could also be criteria for a long. But look at ES, a little bit unprecedented. I'm going to wait for the CISD closure. If we do get the CISD, that would be a 25-point stop. That would be a 4 micro trade. And entry would look something like this. Risk to reward would be better. That's a 1.8. It could be a partial and then look for standard deviations. But we'll see. All the colors in the boxes here. ES not really showing me that strength that I want to see. Like ES is looking really bearish, makes me second guess this move on Nasdaq. Nasdaq failed to get the CISD, and looks like it failed again to reinverse. So my eyes still potentially looking lower, but we'll see. You got to give it time, right? You got to give it time. So we failed to get 75% org. We've been staying above 50% org, right? That's a confluence. So I'm just gonna wait and see if we get the CISD or not. I would prefer not, because it's gonna make me a little bit lack conviction, because looking at ES, it does not look like it's gonna go higher. That actually makes me lack conviction. So I would hope we don't get a setup on NQ. If we do and it's really strong, I mean, there's a lot of wicking here, so either way, I think I'd probably just wait. You know, I'm not really too interested in the long if it's simply just gonna run out these highs, because the risk reward is not that good long, and I feel like I missed anything, which you should never feel. But if we're gonna get a run to the Friday, March 7th high, means we'll probably get a protraction model along the way. So this is gonna deliver as a balanced price range now. So if we get this CISD, that's a really strong. It's a really strong low. Something like this. Really strong. So watching this candle, seeing if do we get a CISD, do we get an inversion? Stop will be 20 points. That's like a 4 micro trade, we'll call it. Let's set this up so I'm ready to. 29 seconds on this. Yeah, a little too weak for my liking. I mean, just not convinced enough, to be honest. I'll watch ES. If ES gives us an inversion, then maybe. We didn't get the CISD. It's a lot of wicking. Yeah, we inverse first presentation. But I demand more of a confirmation. But we don't need to go any lower. We hit 50% org, rejected it 3 times. We might buy the next candle as it trades lower. A lot of wicking. Thing is, we'd have to look for partials. Like, I'm still a little bit skeptical, to be honest. We're gonna have to be a little patient here. ES is still so low. I don't want to take an entry from all the way up here anyways. We can just look for a retracement protraction. Maybe I would buy this immediate rebalance if it forms. If we like touch it this low and then like start to expand, like maybe I'll actually buy that because that's like 50% of this inversion. There's that low touched. So like I'm potentially scanning along here. It looks like it'll be a 3 micro trade. I'm watching this closely as that's an immediate rebalance. If we start trading higher, I like to buy as it goes up. So we can get a maybe closure above. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, that was good patience. That was good patience. I would not be comfortable if I was in a long right now. You just kind of have to gauge, right? The quality of the trade. The risk reward is really not good once you get the confirmation. That's 1. 2, look at ES, right? This is just NASDAQ volatility right now. And it can still go higher, but trading back to first presentation there. What the hell? This is being manipulated, bro. Do you guys see that? They said, oh, you went long? See how they induce liquidity like that? That's what we were talking about. Like, they want you to go long. Trust me, bro. This is how the algorithm prints. They want you to go long so you can put a stop loss here. That was a really strong candle, man. There's a 30-minute breaker. That was good patience, Baz. That was good patience. That's why you really have to understand the narrative and you can't just trade the pattern. There's org low. Now, if we get inversion of first presentation, that's not a CISD, but you know, I'd probably make an exception. I like that as a trade. We could just look for ES, CISD, I guess. I wonder if anyone took that long and got stopped out. Well, I'm not going to open chat because I'm locked in right now. I'm locked in. That's how the market moves, right? It can't simply just put in a like little schemy low and then just slowly grind up. No, it needs to like actually move higher, like strongly, like a real like, you know, why? Because if we move really strongly, then people who go long can put their stop loss here. If we're just gonna get like this little measly run higher, it's not really inducing anything. So now we just have to see, are we actually, if we're actually bullish, then yeah, we'll probably come up here inverse this for value gap. Risk to reward would take a hit. I mean, we could get something like this. 1.23 on the first partial. Right there. So we could secure 1R here, break even, and then let the rest go. Probably something like that. That candle was like, it was glitched, bro. There's no person or one algorithm that manipulates the market. You guys are out of touch. I think it's definitely algorithmic, but I mean, to each their own. Change the color from electronic candle. I don't know what that means, bro. Is it daily profile, London manipulation, or continuation? Yes, that's what I'm looking for, at least. ZB. You almost took it. Anyone else trade evade and trading view being super slow or lagging? I think mine's good. Their def is an algo. I mean, to each their own. There's no point in arguing. It's definitely manipulated. We can at least agree on that, I think. I feel like we're bearish today, really bearish. Yeah, man, if you're bearish, then this looks, you know, like a pretty good short. If you're bearish, I'm personally going to wait for longs. I would need to see some pretty strong confirmation that it's bearish before you got stopped out. You went long. Took juicy breaker mitigation. This. And you got stopped out. It's not breaker mitigation, though. Oh, you mean the short? I entered short at 932 because of volume balance on my broker and took 3R. I mean, sure, bro. That's nice. I took 30-second FG, got insta to hit. Insta stopped out. Does anyone have a pending order on any pair right now? No, bro. Come on, bro. If you're going to signal buy, at least make it a little bit. This guy said, anyone have any trade on any pair right now? Let me know. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. All right, let's focus up here. So, grinding up into this fair value gap. I don't really want to mark it up. We're just going to watch, see if it inverses or not. Trading back into the first presentation low. If this forms as an OB, that's a pretty good place we can put our stop loss. But still, no confirmation of a reversal. Also, keep in mind, this could just be a simply seek and destroy. You know, you don't want to read too much into it, and then you just keep reading too much in these 1 minute candles, and then in 20 minutes, all you see is like the candles like went like this for the whole session, right? You got to be a little bit cautious of that too. Yeah, see, I don't like that we're making a lower low, but if we make a lower low, I like 50% org here. There should be a 15-second breaker if it forms. That would be nice at least. It's also an SMT as of right now, but just got taken out, so never mind. There is an hourly bullish for value gap right under us, so it's not the worst thing if we want to go slightly lower, but if we're just going to be very one-sided below New York Open, then yeah, I'm a little bit cautious. I don't need to see the opening range quadrants. I know they're here. If we start trading higher, we're respecting it. If we start trading lower, we're disrespecting it. There's the 1 hour BISI. So that's what I'm going to mark out now. Just refine this diagram. Depending on how this prints, right? It looks like it could potentially just deliver lower for the session. Potentially midnight open. I had a previous day AM session low marked out as like a final draw. This is London low. I'm not switching my bias yet, but like I said, I was going to wait for confirmation of my idea, which we have not gotten yet. If we get a strong breaker here, that's good. I would take a strong breaker. Something like this. Again, around 1.3R. Or the CISD. But so far, staying bearish. Trade evade down. Damn. That sucks. Hopefully it comes back up soon. Trading view down? Trading view's not down. Trading view's up, bro. I'm looking at it right now. Y'all want to enter long? If we get a breaker, I'm entering. Trade evade is down. Are you looking for Asia shorts? What does that even mean, bro? TradeAway is working, just not on TradingView. Apparently it's working, just not on TradingView. So you guys just have to sign into your TradeAway accounts. You gotta go the old-fashioned route. Pretty unorganized morning session. Maybe the macro and 10 a.m. can clear it up. We're 1 minute into the macro. I don't want to see lower lows, you know? The fact we keep seeing lower lows is not a sign that it's going to go higher. It's like you don't want to just sit and be like, all right, reversal now. Reversal now. Okay, maybe now. Okay, maybe now. Like, at some point, it's not printing the way you were expecting. At some point. Not saying right now. And at some point, you have to say, okay, hold on. Everything I'm waiting to happen has not been happening. A small SMT here. So first signs of bullish order flow would be this inversion. Would be your first sign. I would need more though. I would need to see the breaker or the change in the state at least. Trading back to that fair value gap slow. Let's see if this wicks and expands or if it just goes lower. If it wicks and expands, we might see an entry inside the macro. How's the stock market doing? Video's down. Cool. All right, let's see. If we get the inversion here, that's your first sign of bullish order flow. I'll mark this out as an inversion. I shouldn't mark it out as inversion yet, but we can hold it and see if it does. It changes its characteristic. So I want to see, do we get a CFTC, right? That's my personal confirmation for reversal model. It would be nice if we just get a single pass through here. You know, maybe if ES gets a closure above this. So far, this is not an inversion, by the way. It has to close above. I'm just marking it out preemptively because I'm focusing. I want to watch the candle and not focus on marking out the box. All right, so I want to see, do we get the change in the state of delivery here? If ES gives us an inversion, that's also a pretty good sign. The risk to reward on this trade is not that good. It's a 40-point stop loss. So it would be a 2 micro trade. No CISD yet. So we have to be a little patient. ES did close above 50% of that inversion. Maybe it closed above first presentation here. Stops would have to come all the way over here. So that's a 40-point stop. And first TP is 40 points. So like, in terms of risk reward, it's not really forming the best. We could always look for Friday, March 7th high though. The risk to reward is, I mean, we could put our stop here. I'm gonna buy this candle, most likely this next candle as it dips. So 33-point stop. We can't even get in with 3 micros. We didn't inverse first presentation. ES inverse the fair value gap. I'm gonna get in here. Bro, how many times do I have to click buy before it fills me? All right, so we inverse the fair value gap on ES. I think we get the CISD here. My stop's gonna go below the inversion. What? Okay, we're still in the trade. Obviously, that was a mistake. I meant to put a buy stop. We're still in the trade. I messed it up on TradingView. Hold on, let me just get my TradingView. Let's just do this P&L thing again. This is the trade. This is high of day. I'm trying to close my P&L here. I don't want to see how much I'm up or down. All right, didn't get a chance to set my stop loss even yet. Yeah, so stops at the inversion low. High of day is definitely going to be a partial for me. All right, so we just took this long on the funded accounts. We got the inversion down here. It's your first sign of bullish order flow from the hourly BISI. We got the CISD. I entered on the first presentation inversion on ES around that level. So something like this. What I'd want to see now is this old bearish fair value gap get inversed and be used as support. So I'm not going to keep it marked out because it's messy, but if we can get above that, then our levels, like my eyes jump to these equal highs and then high of day. If we're looking at deviations, negative ones are right there. So that could be a really good first partial as we stab through. I'm in with 7 micros on one account, 3 micros on the other account. ES lagging here, like ES looking really slow and sluggish. So I am a little bit cautious, you know, maybe this is a seek and destroy condition. But so far seeing what I like. That candle doesn't have a low, so we might come back for that. I don't see myself trailing my stop anywhere. Not until we... No, it just really doesn't make sense to trail the stop. So stop's going to stay where it is probably for a while, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's a good stop. Covers the breaker, covers the inversion. You could maybe say, okay, this is a breakaway gap, maybe. But we could trade back into that and deliver higher. It's possible. We probably get a retracement shortly. I got filled at 405. Yes, I got filled pretty much at the CISD. Wow, so that's nice. Look at ES, right? Looks so weak compared to NASDAQ, trading still down here. So we definitely took it on the better asset. What would the risk reward be on this? 1.4 for high of day. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to take a partial at high of day. Secure 1R, I guess, or something. Oh, news got that volatility, huh? Okay. I wasn't expecting that much volatility with news. Well, it's just one candle, but oh, news is volatile. Like we might get an SMT at the lows. I'm still pretty comfortable with my stop loss, but we'll see. We shall see. We definitely out here took out the short-term highs, the equal highs here. So we did take out those equal highs. Obviously, no chance to even consider partialing. I don't think I would have, being that close to our first objective, but it's okay. Um, so yeah, we're putting in an SM. Whoops, we're putting in an SMT. Something like this. Pop that 20374. The SMT has been put in. I'm gonna keep my hard. I like my hard stop level. 4.5. 4.5. 7.4 on the dot. And we're out. So we took that loss there. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like we may just continue to range. We may not see that expansion that we were looking for. Originally, we did get some nice delivery to about one-ish R, but yeah, I don't really see myself taking another entry here, because if it was gonna go higher, I really do think it would have went so here. So yeah, it is what it is. -1R. How to put a stop loss in trade evade help? You just you have to like click on the screen and then put stop. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna log in and show you, bro. You don't trade if you don't know how to put a stop loss, bro. You know? Do I think it'll fill the NWAG gap? I think it's gonna stay seek and destroy bound. It's starting to look like it's gonna stay seek and destroy bound. We could have also just got souped. There is an SMT here. It's possible. Uh, would I ever re-enter? I don't know. Unless we get a really strong candle that inverses. Because, like, was my trade invalidated? I don't know. It have to be a 2 micro trade. We'll just watch for now and see. I probably could have closed as soon as that news candle formed. If we get an inversion here, I might give this another chance. Because the SMT was put in right there at our stop. It would have to be a 2 micro trade though. Give me one more chance. Pretty strong candle. We really got stopped out at. Wow, we got stopped out like one tick. 7-4. Oh no, we got stopped out plus 2 points. Like, is it seek and destroy, or was it just a deep retracement before news, and now we get the distribution higher? So I'm trying to question right now. I probably should have moved my stop to this low because I knew the SMT was coming, but it was sloppy. Like, see how deep it came here? It shouldn't really go that deep. The inverse first presentation. Like, it was just news volatility, right? Like, you wait for news, you look for confirmation now. You engineered equal highs. It looks like it can deliver higher. So I'm gonna see if we trade into this fair value gap, which actually we are right now. All right, I'm gonna give this another chance. Let's give it one more chance. All right, we're gonna give it one more chance because it really came out here, put in an SMT. We'll give it another chance. Protraction model this time. Came retracement, we got the inversion. So we'll see. Do we get high of day and then higher? Or do we simply just keep ranging, seek and destroy? Which is okay if we do. I think it's worth putting the risk on. Stops at 375. So let's see. More and more, it looks like it's going to be a seek and destroy. But we got the reinversion of first presentation. It looks like 10 a.m. power of 3 is in play. It's just 10 a.m. open. So put in an SMT below. Ideally, we see expansion above. Hoping to break out of this range here. If not, then, well, we know where we went wrong. And that's okay. Some consolidation here. I want to see speed above 10 a.m. open. We're failing to close above 10 a.m. open, which is not a good sign. I want to see closure above 10 a.m. Speed to high of day, equal highs. That risk reward would be around 1.5. Probably a partial. we come above this high, I'll trail my stop to the most recent low. We can put our stop here. Definitely looks like a seek and destroy condition. I don't want to see price trade below this level. If it does, I might consider closing. Just a red line. I want to see speed to high of day. Part of me is telling me, like, do I just want to break even on the day? Accepted that it wasn't the cleanest delivery? Or do I want to go for it? I think Friday, March 7th is an extreme objective at this point. We could get 10 a.m. expansion though. I want to see this act as an immediate rebalance. EF taking out the minor buy side. So far, we're seeing some speed lower. My stop's still where it is. Definitely high resistance conditions. I'd be really surprised if we don't take out these equal highs at least. But I guess we'll see. Definitely high resistance conditions. Look at the 15-minute chart. Pretty sluggish. We have a really clean objective in the buy side. It's all smooth here. I definitely want to see it trade there. But it is definitely sluggish. Forming a 5-minute OB. The more and more I'm in this, the more and more it seems like it's a trade I do not want to be in. But we're pretty close to high of day. This is a really bad price action, yeah. Thinking about trailing the stop here. Because it is really sloppy. All right, we're gonna trail the stop to the most recent low. Sloppy delivery, don't want to be a part of it. If we get stopped out break even, it's all good. You know, we'll find another winning trade another day, another time. So we're break even now. Basically, the idea is like either the down close candle supports price higher, or we're really, really sluggish and we get deep retracements. In which case, I don't want to be in that trade anyways. So we'll just leave it as is. There's no like 5-minute to look for. So stops at the OB low. And we'll just see if we get high of day or not. Stops here. Can't even like put the P&L tool properly. I'm thinking shit that's burning. So almost at TP1. Part of me is debating whether I want to close this, but if we are going to make a new higher high on the day, then we probably do see some higher movement. Except my stop loss does not make too much sense. Like right there. So probably we'll just full close, accept the break even if it does take our level. If it comes out all the way here and stops us out, that would be unfortunate, but it's sluggish. We already knew that. Looks like we might get a CISD here. If we do get closure below, I might look to close. So if we get closure below this, I'm just gonna close manually. I'm looking at ES as well. We didn't get closure below, but it looks like we're gonna get stopped break even here. All right, I'm gonna get out there. So I'm just gonna take that small, mitigate the loss from the first trade a little bit. I don't see myself taking another entry. Sloppy, sluggish. I don't want to be leaving my stop all the way down here in this type of price action. So we'll take it. Half hour loss. We managed to mitigate the 1 hour loss to a half hour loss, which is good. That's it. I really don't see myself looking for a re-entry. And we'll just sit here and tape read the rest. Sit here and tape read the rest. It could still play out, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it may deliver now. If this inverses. Like we haven't put in a single bullish fair value gap. So the fact we put in a bearish fair value gap just makes me separate. You just pass the eval. Nice, bro. Guys, just trade on TradeAway directly. Sure, you can do that if you want. First 30 minutes is all you need. Sure, the trades to go break even. Yeah, I closed. The market's sloppy, but Daddy guy still manages to make profit. You're out? Yeah. You think it will not go to the gap? Which gap? Lower? Eventually. This trade passed my evaluation. Thank you. I mean, sure. You didn't take your payout, Cairo? Did I lose the trade? No, I closed. I manually closed. How many accounts do you copy trade? 3. Well, I guess 6, but I don't really use the other 3 right now. Cairo, you gotta take that payout, man. Is it too late now? You're right about seeking destroy? Yeah. Not a condition I want to be trading in. So let's do a little recap here. The first trades I took. Like we wanted something like this. We got stopped out. Second trade we took was this. No, that was not the entry. We got a way worse entry. We got in like here. I guess my stop could have been better. So I took 2 trades. We're down half R. First trade, this was the trade we took. It almost hit our first TP. I was aiming for this as a final TP, but we got stopped out right here. And then it started to go higher. I started to realize that we put in an SMT here. So I took a re-entry. I got in around right here. And then we put in a bearish fair value gap, and I closed the trade immediately as soon as this candle passed through. The reason being, it's starting to look like we're more of in a seek and destroy condition. We may run high of day, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a really deep retracement. So I mitigated my first loss. That's what matters most to me. I think we managed these conditions all right. Obviously, we'll find out whether or not we end up delivering here and here. But for the most part, can't be mad. So half our loss, 2 good trades. We primarily had the correct idea. It's just very, very sloppy. Not a condition I want to be trading in. So far, cannot complain. Why is ES stronger? It's not. Toxic, are you on the live? Are you talking about the live account? Oh, nice, nice. What time frame? I think lunch will be better. We'll see. We'll see if it would have went to TP. Is your Tradeovate working? I don't trade with Tradeovate. But no, it's not working for anyone. Starting to look. Oh, can I not just record a video? Oh, I did. You wait before 9:50? Not always. Enter your trade on Discord. It looks like it'll deliver, but like it's so sloppy. Bigger SL, lower size. Yeah, that's how you want to do it, really. That is how you want to do it. We could have hypothetically held, but like I really wouldn't be surprised if it just edges it and then comes back. So I'm just gonna take the mitigated loss, accepted that the PA wasn't that good, except that the first trade, I guess the first trade stop loss just wasn't that good. I mean, we had a pretty good first trade. It's pretty unfortunate we got stopped out like this. Couldn't even get a closure below our stop loss. I did call out that SMT forming. I probably should have just put my stop there and risked a little bit more, but it's not the man who has little, but the man who craves more. Is after 12 lunch is 11:30. How do you use first FVG as a confluence? If you're bullish, you want to see it respected. There we inverse it, trade back into it. That was how I entered the second trade. What do you think about quarterly theory? No consistency. I think it's made up. There is no quarterly theory. It's all theory. One suit micro, then added 3 on the top on the breaker, then added 1 more on the protraction. Okay, Toxic, I see you, bro. This guy's navigating and everything. Now I need to make 500 more to get the payout. I'm so dumb. Yeah, well, I mean, don't overthink it now. Just try to, you're thinking too much about P&L. That's the thing. You guys are like, oh, I need this much. I make this much. Bro, you are trading P&L, bro. You are trading P&L. You know? You're trading simply to get payout now. At this point. You trade live or funded? I trade fundeds, and I have a live stock account as well. Toxic, that's a partial. Actually, maybe even it's a close, bro. I don't even know. I'm walking out, bro. Pre is not it. Yeah. You lost 1,200 today. Seek and Destroy would do that. Seek and Destroy would do that. I cannot complain. Do you think we can make a higher price here to stay in a range all day? No, eventually we'll get out of this range. I think it'll probably be higher. I'm still bullish. It's just I don't want to be a part of a long right now. I just not feel good to be inside of a long right now. Honestly, I want to just hit full TP so bad so I can be confident. It doesn't need to hit for your full TP, bro. It can hit full TP right now if you click close. Bro, I'm still in these longs with SL at break even. Delivery is not it. Yeah. ICT was bearish. I wouldn't change my bias. I caught the first long. Had my top right at the consolidating point of the wick time. My TP didn't rush down. Oh, so you caught that TP on this first candle? I would have partialed as this was trading up, but can you point out the FEG candle? Which one, bro? There's so many. Toxic, if you don't care about the money, then just close it and watch and see what happens. Yeah, I also just closed my trade. I was in a long and I'm still bullish, but I just closed my trade. You know? The old me probably would have held because I wanted to be like 0 loss on the day, but like, so what if you're down? I'm down half R, bro. I'm down half R. Am I really gonna get... I'm sick of being in this. I mean, I would say, I know. I do not regret. You closed $74. Yeah, I closed as well. I don't know how much I closed, but we're still down on the day. But I can always look for a trade in lunch or PM. I mean, I guess we're down a little more than half hour, but I'll take it, man. Half hour, I'll take it. You have to deal with these retracements and like just close, bro. You know, you don't have to deal with anything. It's terrible price action. And then I say we're gonna, yo, look at YM. YM never met. We tape read this YM trade. Obviously, we didn't take it, but it would have failed so aggressively. Why though you didn't take 941 CISD and IFUG? I was looking at ES. It wasn't ready to go higher. So I guess we'll also make a mental note that, you know, because I'm gonna be honest, had I not seen, like, I did not expect the news to be that volatile. If I knew it was gonna be that volatile, I would have not taken that first trade. Would have waited. Toxic got out. No, it's fine, bro. It's not about the money. I thought we saw. Grant Ellis got engaged. Yo, let's go, Grant. Shout out, Grant, bro. Well, I'll say congrats when he comes back, bro. I guess it's not about TP, bro. It's really not. It's not about TP. It's not about money. So there, objective 1 would have been hit. Objective 2 might get hit. News cooked my short, hit stop loss, and then hit CP right after. Same, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Be happy, bro. There's really nothing to be sad about. What top step do you use? I mean, what fund did you use? I use alpha and top step. Good shit, Robert. Yeah, man. It's good. It's good. I mean, difficult. We navigated it. We had the right bias. We caught pretty much the 2 best entries that formed, but we got stopped out here. And then delivers. In hindsight, we could have held it. Was it a mistake? I don't know. I don't think it's ever a mistake. How do you copy trade? I just flip tabs. I'm breaking on the day, only $15. Yeah, nice, bro. Nope, we're down on the day, 0.5R. Well, actually, it's like 0.65R. Yeah. We'll see if it delivers our final objective. We'll see if it delivers our final objective or not. That's what I'm kind of curious to see. Might soup this short. You can't just sell it because it took a high, bro. No, man, no. That's a gamble. Okay, that's a gamble. Are you bearish now that we're in the weekly gap? No. Nothing to be bearish for me yet. I'm looking at Friday, March 7th high. I want to see if we get there or not. This is a tape read for me though, not trading. I'll find a better trade in lunch or PM. Although I'm gonna go to the gym, so might not even have time to trade PM. I'll just start journaling on my second monitor to save time. ES was moving ahead. No, Nasdaq's moving ahead. Why does everyone think ES is more bullish? Look at Nasdaq. Look at ES. NQ is at high of day. This is the SMT right now. Why don't you do options? I do stocks. Journal. So what's the parlay of the night? Bro, money lines today, bro. Money lines today. Run the money lines. On who? Detroit. Cleveland. Who else? I actually think I got the picks, bro. Detroit, Golden State, New York, Houston, Memphis, Oklahoma, and Cleveland. Literally all the favorite teams. All the favorite teams except the Magic Hornets game. Quaid is questionable? Nah, he's gonna play, bro. I think he's gonna play. You're right, he is questionable though. But I really think he plays. He better play. I have him on my fantasy and it's playoff week. You just blew your account. Welcome to the club. Well, I didn't blow my account, but I mean everyone has at some point, so welcome to the club. Do you have premium? Right now it's just a free Discord. I'd played one game just to be out. He's just resting the back-to-back. Bro, I have him on my fantasy too, bro. This year has to click more for me, so happy with this week so far. You did good, bro. Now journal. You got tilted? I would be tilted too. Minus 700. You know what's funny, Cairo? This is exactly what I said yesterday. The mistake that I made. You had Wemby on your team, bro. I don't want to hear it unless you had like. You blow your account probably because you copy Gaddy. No, it's not what it was. I mean, man, but you can't. You literally can't blame me for you blowing your account. You're a grown ass man, bro. You know, like what are you, a kid? But anyway, we've been winning most of our trades, so I don't know how you would have managed to do that. Either way. Now I gotta make 700 to take the pay. Bro, you're still thinking about the P&L, bro. I don't want to hear no P&L numbers from you, bro. Turn it off, bro. Just trade. What P&L? What? Now I gotta make 500. Okay, if I catch this risk reward, if I reach 300, I make this. Bro, what are you doing, man? I mean, it's not your fault, bro, Cairo. But to be honest, it happens to anyone who's ever been in Cairo's position. It probably happened to you too. It happened to me. That's what I was trying to tell him. I told him yes. I literally said, "1B Maxi Dames the bonus. It's tough, bro. I'll tell you mine too. I took your advice and risked 500, knowing the amount I'm going to do for making less." Yo, bro, I lost 2 man. I'm just an 18-year-old. How are you gonna blame your age, bro? Bro, look, I'll tell you, I was on fundeds. This has happened multiple times, and I could have taken payout, but I was like, let me make some more. And then I end up, as soon as you say that, it's fine. But if you lose, it's not even about whether or not you make more. If you lose, you're cooking yourself. If you lose your next trade, you are not going to be, especially if it's your first payout, you're not going to be in a state mentally where you can easily recover. Because now all you're going to think about is, oh man, I could have taken payout and I didn't. Now I have to make this much. Now I have to do this. And you're going to be a P&L trader. You're going to trade equity curve. Alright, bro. I'll send you a message, Ryan. Well, that's why everyone should just set a personal daily loss limit, bro. Who you got on your team? Bro, I had Anthony Davis, I had DeJounte Murray, and Jalen Johnson, and Jalen Suggs. And they've been injured for time, bro. Like, they all got injured, bro. They all got injured. But I still made it to playoffs. It's a 12-man league. I'm in second round playoffs. If I win this week, then I'm guaranteed moolah. But this week is not looking good. Like, this guy has all his picks, bro. He has Sabonis, who just came back. Of course, he just comes back, bro. He has Jalen Williams, who's just coming back. I will say he has Jalen Brunson, who's injured, but he'll be back. Like, man, bro, Tyler Hero, he has such a good team, bro. I really don't see. Like, bro, of course I gotta play against fucking beastly Sabonis, bro. Got a double-double in the first half. I'm in an 8-man quarterfinals. I gotta win 2 to make bread. Everyone gotta win this week, huh? Bro, I don't know. I don't like my team, bro. Fucking Torian Prince, bro. 30 minutes, bro. You got 3 points. 30 minutes, bro. You got 3 points? What the hell, man? 3? Come on, bro. So Cade Cunningham better play today, bro. We took 2 longs today. Took a long on 340 and took 120. Yeah, nice, bro. Cardio day for him, I guess. Cade Cunningham better play today, bro. I'm gonna lose it, bro. I'm gonna post a trade recap. I'm just gonna post a trade recap, but I traded quickly and amen for Maxey a week before playoffs. He hasn't played a game. Quickly played yesterday, no? PO3 banged. Yeah, range PO3. Maybe. Take care, Ryan. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit the gym too. 10:05 inverse. Yeah, that's what I took, pretty much, kind of. All right, let me get my journal in. I'll take Discord, man. Still holding runners. Good luck, bro. Oh, you traded for Maxey? Oh, that's so tough. Remember to use hot tub for muscle relief? You know who Tim Cheese is? Tim Cheese? No, I don't know. Tim Cheese, man. Hey, take care, Mr. Dollar. No, I'm out. I'm out. I don't know what that is, bro. No, I don't know John Pork. Yes, Cairo. You were just trading P&L, my brother. That's okay. News was orange folder. This is something you should all put in your journals. News was orange folder, but very volatile. Had I known, I would have wanted to wait before taking the trade before 10 a.m. That's another alpha dollar. You have 200k advance. Nice, bro. One more, bro. Take care, Robert. What would you risk per setup on a 150k funded? What it depends what firm. Alpha gives you 6k drawdown. So if it was alpha, I'd risk. If it was on alpha, I'd risk $500 per trade. Top step gives you 4,500. So I would risk like $400 per trade. Wait, you said funded or eval? Oh, funded? Yeah, I'd risk 400 on 150k funded personally on Top Step. If it was alpha, I'd risk 500 because they give you alpha gives you 1.5k more, bro. Like, that's crazy. My mental's still getting better, so trying to fix everything. I feel good. Hopefully, I'll say that. I'm proud of you, Toxic. That was a really good day for you, bro. Journal it now, bro. Journal it now. Don't be lazy. How much risk on the first 50K funded? I would risk like 150, 200. That's just me. Yeah, we took 2 longs. One of them we got souped out of. One of them I closed manually in slight profit. I'm gonna post a recap. This was the first trade I took. I was looking for something like this. And this was the second trade. This is the first. We got stopped out right here. First trade we got stopped out. Can you help me to calculate? No, I can't help you. You can search up baby pips and they'll help you. Baby pips calculator. Are they legit? Alpha, I never tried them. Yeah, they're legit, bro. What are you using to trade on? How do I lock my account? Looks like our second TP is gonna be hit. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Top step X? Oh, you can just lock yourself out, yeah. Why don't you put stop below? Yeah, just message me, Cairo. Why don't you put stop at the low and choose a spot you did? What do you mean choose a spot I did? Oh, right here? This covered the inversion low. This is what I entered off of, basically. We got obviously filled higher, but our entry was like this. So our stop was right here. Yeah, we took this trade. We got stopped out. We got stopped out by like a couple points. Pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Not trying to be an expert, but you should have put the SL under the SMT. The SMT wasn't there until after. It came back, put in an SMT, which by the way, we called out. We said it looks like it's going to put in an SMT here. So I should have just moved my stop lower, but I don't want to be, I have to increase my risk then. Like, it's a tough situation. Just sloppy delivery. Now, not much you can do. If it wasn't so sloppy, would have been fine. Also would have hit TP1 and TP2. I've always put it below the low that inverse. So, I mean, yo, to be honest, I guess it should have been here. Yeah, good point. I mean, now that I think about it, yeah, I didn't even cover the second candle of the inversion, which is not where I usually put my stops on the inversion. But to be fair, I mean, it's still a really deep retracement. Could have waited for a candle close. It did close below. Just really sloppy. I do put out it's the second candle of the fair value gap, right? The second candle of the fair value gap. But at the end of the day, it is really just sloppy delivery. I mean, like we came below 50% of the OB. We reinversed the fair value gap. It is what it is. It's just a sloppy delivery. Hit TP1, about to hit TP2, so we were definitely right. It was overall good day, man. Can't complain. Can't complain. Could have been worse. We were right. We called everything. We pretty much took the two best entries that formed. Just, you know, our stop had to be a little bit lower on this one. Definitely frustrating a little bit, but second trade I just re-entered, but I closed manually. Second trade I re-entered like this. It was something like this. The thing is I was looking for, this was the idea, but I closed manually like here. I closed right here. I didn't like how choppy it was, and I thought maybe it would roll over back into the seek and destroy. So ended up that decision was wrong. Obviously, if we just let this trade play out, it would have been a full TP. But it is what it is. I guess you know what? Let's do it. Let's do a full trade recap, and then I'll just record it and post it. This is NASDAQ. All right, I'm gonna do a trade recap. Today we're down half an hour. We had the right bias. We had the right draw on liquidity. The first trade that we took was the inverse of first presentation where we formed the chain of the state of delivery here, trading from the hourly bullish fair value gap. My stop loss was right here. Price came back. We got stopped out on news volatility, I would say. And in hindsight, my stop probably should have been a little bit lower. I was trying to, give some good risk reward on the trade. It was a very sloppy move, very deep retracement, which is unfavorable. Obviously, had I put my stop lower, the trade probably would have played out. We already hit TP1. TP2 is looking pretty inevitable at this point, but you never know. And then I realized once we put in the SMT here, I can look for a re-entry opportunity. I took another entry like this, and again, looking for the same thing, TP1 and TP2. This trade, however, I did manually close right here as we put in the bearish fair value gap. I thought to myself, it's very sloppy. We just put in a bearish fair value gap after taking out this short-term high. We didn't get the speed that I was looking for towards high of day. So I was happy just mitigating my loss for the day, and I closed the position manually right here in slight profit. And then we consolidate a little bit more. We take out TP1. It looks like we're about to take out TP2. So in hindsight, better stop loss placement, better trade management could have allowed us to just be 1-0 today. But it was a very difficult day, very sloppy delivery, definitely high resistance in nature. So being down half R is something I can't really complain about. And yeah, can't complain. TP2 is a daily high, previous day high from March 7th. And I'll post that on unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll just journal it properly. So trade 9, narrative and context for trade 9, reversal model off of the H1 BISI inside the macro, entered off the CISD. Um, yeah, I just had to put a lower stop. That's all it is. That's all it is. Reflection, reflection on 36, right? Yep. I'm just journaling. I'll show you guys what my journal looks like. Looks like this. And I'll put the times and stuff after. Took this on the funded. I don't even want to say like just trust the trade next time. Like I'll just say trade would have. Like it's hard to say, but I guess obviously now with the power of hindsight, if we held that, we would have payout time for alpha. Nice, bro. Bro, the candle hits you being closed, or you just closed before? I manually closed that second position. Use silver bullet. Nice, bro. Can you explain TP2? Yeah, just an old daily high. Aligns with -2 standard deviations. Can't complain too much. We'll find better trades and higher probability conditions. It's obvious my stop loss should be at swing low or swing high. Okay, buddy. Um, the executions. I have no sinking ship that's burning. I can't even read these executions. It's like so messy. Yeah, there's TP2. Tomorrow's gonna rain. I mean, I wouldn't just assume it's gonna rain just because of that. I would wait to see what happens pre-market and New York and London and stuff. I mean, can't complain. Oh shoot, I forgot to get the time of the trade. Time of the trade was first trade 9:55 to 10:03. 9:55, 10:03. Really is just kind of unfortunate. 10:07, 10:18. We could have held the second trade. We could have, had a better stop loss on the first trade. Let me make sure I don't have any orders pending. All right, I think we're good. Edge me half a point, bro. Just close it. It's right there, man. You agree for what? $2, $4, $6? Nah, we're down half hour on the day. Watch tomorrow be the best day of the week because no news. I mean, it could be good. I wouldn't just say it's bad because no news. Is your TP that's there? Oh yes, yes. You guys use the limits. I don't even use limits anymore. I just be closing. Well, yeah, P has been asked, but I mean, you just need a conviction on a day like this. We were right about the bias. We were right about both trades, just improper management. That's all. How did crude oil? When did you start watching ICT concepts? Last year in July, 2023 July. Gold. I don't know. I want to see price touch the weekly Sibby. I can't really be bullish until we touch the weekly Sibby. Got he the best mentor teacher or whatever. Took any W's. I'm 1-1 on the day, but we're down half hour on the day. I'll post a trade recap. We had the right idea. New York opens 9:30 Eastern time. Well, boys, I think that's probably it for me today. So 9:30 contraction. Yeah, it is what it is. We did good. Gecko played. Not really complain. What time you marked out at New York? It's 9:30 Eastern time, bro. 9:30 Eastern time. Well, appreciate everyone coming through. Are there any announcements I need to say? I'm gonna post the CISD video soon. I know that one was heavily requested. If you're not on the free Discord, feel free to come through. I'm gonna post a trade recap. I appreciate everyone coming through. I will see you guys live again tomorrow. The giveaway for people that use my code, I'm gonna announce the winner on Sunday. That way they have the account for April. So I'm gonna post the trade recap if you guys want to watch what happened. I appreciate everyone coming through. And I'll see you guys. Tomorrow. I'm gonna post the trade recap. You guys can watch the trade recap. It's an eventful one. It's an eventful one. Take care, brothers. Peace, peace.